Hey, hey. Hey, good God. Hey, uh, uh. Ah, yeah. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad, and this is Storytime. Gling, gling. Uh. I'm rocking that blonde look. Happy Friday, guys. Somebody, this was a request somebody made like late yesterday. I don't remember who. Somebody was like, BDD, wear the wig. So you ask and I deliver. That is what I do. Welcome to another episode of Storytime with BDD. Happy Friday. The impeachment trial day 4 just ended, and shit, this was a long ass day. But before I get into all of that stuff, let's just cover what I like to call stories of the day. Stories of the day. The Bidens have brought love back to the White House as Dr. Biden makes it her home. Melania Trump is, of course, jealous of all the love Jill is getting, and I don't really care, do you? Madonna was featured in impeachment trial day 4 for some reason. And Nikki Haley is apparently off the Trump train, but she's not off the hook as she is today's "you raggedy bitch." Yeah, so I've got a whole. This show is chock full of content today. I think you guys know what it means. I'm not going to say it, but you already know. You already know. I love you guys, but you know what happens when Brooklyn Dad says, yeah, I got a whole bunch of stuff that I spent half the day putting together for you, but don't worry, you will appreciate it. And first, I want to say thank you to Code Blue, who was kind enough to give a donation to my tip jar. She dropped it into that little, there's a link somewhere on my YouTube page for PayPal, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so kindly. It's very good. It's not easy doing this stuff. Now, every day we have Q&A, and you guys without fail ask me, what's up with them kitties? We want to know. So we have not yet brought them upstairs, and I know you guys are getting anxious about this. Relax, we got it. But I couldn't let another day go by without giving you guys a peek at what's happening with them kitties. So without further ado, I give you the kittens.
Hooray!
there is Mars and Kobe. They are fully recovered, back to beating the shit out of each other, as you can see. And, so Wifey actually took this footage, and it might look like they're, somewhat irate with each other. And it's weird. They start up, they start again, they're hissing at each other. This one threw the other one off. Did you just, what? Now I don't even know who's who, but I think that's Kobe down there. Kobe with the bum leg. But she's still up for some fight. Kobe is the one with the oi! Yo, you don't start nothing, there won't be nothing. This is and they do this all day long. They occasionally will take a break for a nap. Cats can sleep whenever they want. They can eat whatever they want. That's what they do. What else do they have to do? But at least they have each other. And they love it. They love it so much. All right. So, there is them kitties. I'm glad I was able to bring you a little video fun of them. And I'm going to keep the good, because today is Friday, so Friday is like one of my favorite days of the week. It's pizza and movie night, and Wifey and I actually saw, we couldn't wait. We watched the next episode of WandaVision, and this show is fantastic. As a comic book fan and as a comic book movie fan, dude, I'm freaking out. This show is phenomenal. I love it so much. It is epic. Epic indeed. So, next up, so I don't know what we're watching tonight. I think we're going to see if we can figure out where that Tom Hanks movie is. Does anybody know where the Tom Hanks movie is streaming? If that's on like Netflix, or I don't want to pay for it if I don't have to, no spoilers, Chrissy. I got you covered. But, yeah, anybody know? Let me know, please, in the comments. I will be checking them out later. But for right now, I do want to keep the good vibes going before I get to the raggedy shit. Yesterday, while we were mostly focused on the impeachment trial day 3, our president, Joseph R. Biden, well, he was busy doing, he wasn't really focused on the trial at all. He was just doing, random stuff like securing 200 million additional additional vaccine doses for America. Yes, that's our president, man. He is not messing around. He is not wasting any time. And today we were treated to an extra special sight that we have not seen for 4 years. Some of you already know what I'm talking about because Dr. Jill Biden was busy, making the White House her own. This is them on the north lawn of the White House. And if you look there, you can see those signs. I'm pretty sure she didn't cut them herself because that's some pretty thick board. I know, I used to print. I used to be in printing. That's thick board. You need a router to cut those out. But she did help design those signs. And she signed them too.
It's not Valentine's Day. I'm not telling you. Not this Sunday. Valentine's Day is a big day. Jill's favorite day. For real.
Look at Joe in the bomber jacket and the jeans.
I just wanted some, joy, and I think things have been, so with the
first year of the vice president. And all you guys in the press walked out of the executive office building. I walked into my office, and every single pane, the vice president's office, you see those panes? There were 3, 6, 9, 18 panes in each window. She had taken the school kind of paint the kids put on.
You got to reel Joe in because he'll start telling you a story and he won't stop. All right, we're going to skip Joe's random story. But it was great seeing him and Dr. Biden and Champ and Major. They got their coffee with them. You can see Dr. Biden there painting her name directly onto that sign. I told you that thing is thick. That's like at least a 16-point board, maybe. Listen to me with the printing terminology. But yeah, that's, just a little bit of kindness, a little bit of healing, a little bit of joy. This is what we needed. Yeah, we also need checks and we need COVID vaccines, but this is important. We spent 4 years without seeing what, two folks in love actually. Look at them. They, how old are they? Joe is 78. They are still madly in love with each other. And that's a beautiful thing. Look at how she looks at him. Man, she was ready to take that woman's head off when she tried to, excuse me, when she tried to go at Joe. She was not having it. And I just love this. They've been together for years and years and years, and you can tell that they truly enjoy each other's company. Joe always introduces himself as, Jill's husband. Look, this was the inauguration day. There's another famous inauguration day that is not quite as tender as this. She's just loving her man, just loving him. With her mask on, too. On there, they don't have any mask on. Whatever. He gets a mulligan for that. He's been vaccinated, by the way. I'm pretty sure she has been, too. Wouldn't make sense to do one and not the other. When's the last time you saw Trump and Melania hug each other? You don't see that. You don't see the brimming joy and glee. When's the last time you saw Melania laugh? Have you ever seen her laugh? No, I'm pretty sure if you did, you might turn to stone. And she's got something evil up her sleeve there. But this is a fantastic first couple. I love them very much. And meanwhile, Melania is bitter and chilly about the warm reception that's being given to Dr. Jill Biden. Let's see. They said that she didn't give national interviews intentionally. Yeah, right. As a defense mechanism. Apparently, I guess she thought that that the press was going to try to, make her look bad. She can't make herself look any worse than she already looks. So, my thing is, this was the happiest day of their lives right here. She's smiling when he's looking at her, and then as soon as he turns away, the dour face returns. What have I done? Yeah, and this was not a happy day for President Obama, mind you. There he is on the right side of the picture. But still, in the next picture, look at him. Same day, but he's taking a minute to kiss his baby's hand, That's love. That's President Obama. Here's some more happiest day of their lives. They look like they're at a funeral, dude. At a funeral. It's terrible. Awful. Look at that. I'm so miserable. What have I do to my life? So yeah, she's mad that she wasn't on magazine covers, but who gives a fuck about the Christmas? That's what you get. People can sense evil, And also, Dr. Biden isn't a birther, and she didn't marry a birther. Look at that jacket. I really don't care, do you? She doesn't. Dr. Biden doesn't act like she can't stand to be touched by her husband. It didn't take her. Look, only President Obama was able to make this woman smile. She didn't take a full 5 months to come to the White House. Oh, there's another dude who can make Melania smile. There's Justin. There's a snapshot of that in The Littlest President. Oh, yeah. So this is the miserable, miserable couple. You guys, are you guys enjoying the little music and sound effects that I'm bringing to the show? I'm doing this stuff because it's fun. To me, it's fun. Let's see. Next up in the show, we have so let's go ahead and dive right into the impeachment trial day 4. This defense was a disaster. Absolute disaster. These guys, their defense was mostly whataboutism. Yeah. Oh, what about these people? They said fight. That's how Madonna ends up in the show. Madonna, because they showed a supercut of all these people saying the word fight as if that somehow absolves their client of guilt. I never heard of a defense where the lawyer says, Your Honor, I would like to say that there are other people out there who have killed but have not been convicted. They haven't even been caught or arrested. Why focus on my client? Focus on them and what they did. It's preposterous. Absolutely preposterous. I don't know who put these videos together. It seems like, the same geniuses that were behind Donald Trump's winning campaign. It was a horrible campaign. He's got to stop blaming the deep state and Antifa and election fraud and Dominion for his election loss. He was just a horrible president, a horrible candidate, a horrible campaigner. He didn't reach out to any new people. He was disgusting. He told people don't vote by mail. He's got nobody to blame but himself. But the way the defense would have it, they were trying to make you think that it was anyone else's fault but Donald Trump's. They said that this thing was planned in advance. Oh, really? Who was planning it? Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. So what about those? When did the president know that the Capitol was breached, and when did he start to do something about it? And the defense is like, well, if the House managers had done a proper investigation, we would know. Actually, you guys know, because your client is the guy who we're asking about. And we're asking you, when did he know? Now, since he has declined to come and answer these questions himself, your whole argument about due process is a garbage because he declined to come and speak on his own behalf. So there were pretty much across the board, people were panning the performance of the defense, and some people who were panning their performance were on Fox News. I give you Chris Wallace.
Goes on for about another 45 seconds after that.
This is classic.
I thought you were going to go for all of that. I didn't get my life back the first time. I didn't want to hear it again. I think that's honestly, I think it's a silly argument. Using the word in different contexts means different things.
Fight.
One of the constitutional statements about freedom of the First Amendment, freedom of speech, is crying fire in a crowded theater, and that's not protected because it would be an incitement to a mob. If you ran 100 clips of people saying the word fire, it doesn't have the same meaning. And obviously Elizabeth Warren at a campaign rally saying fire, or Dennis McDonough saying he was going to fight for veterans' rights as the new VA chief is not the same as what Donald Trump is doing. I thought it was ludicrous. I also thought it was counterproductive because basically you were insulting half the jury. Yes, they're the Democrats who are going to vote against you anyway, but I don't know that I think it was particularly effective. I felt the same, incidentally, about the clips of Jamie Raskin and other people contesting an election. Yes, they got up on the House floor, as they're allowed to do, and said that they were contesting the vote in a certain state, but there's no comparison between that and this campaign that Donald Trump ran for 6 months, talking about the fact that the election, the only way he could lose is if
Truth bombs.
was stolen, that the election was rigged, then continuing to fight it from November 3rd on. You know, you got to remember, this is the third string that of lawyers that Donald Trump wanted. The very good lawyers he had in the first impeachment trial, like Pat Cipollone and Jay Sekulow, they wanted no part of this trial. Then he had another team, and they quit because of some of the things that the president wanted them to rehearse. So he's gotten his third string here, and frankly, I think that's about the way they're acting. I'm not sure it makes any difference.
Chris Wallace is actually one of the few, if not the only person on Fox News worth watching, because that guy doesn't give a damn. He doesn't give a damn about the Trumpers whose heads explode when he criticizes Trump. Excuse me. When he makes Trump look stupid, he does not care one bit. He's very smart. He's very entertaining to watch on Fox News. And he made some excellent points there about taking the word fight out of context. And it was like, you guys are making the most elementary, ridiculous argument because, first of all, in none of those instances, in your big fancy supercut with the dramatic music, in none of those instances did any Democrats commit an insurrection. None. Elizabeth Warren. They got Elizabeth Warren, you know, feisty little Elizabeth Warren. She wasn't inciting no riot. You know, sometimes when you say you got to fight, you're talking metaphorically. You're not talking literally fisticuffs. Nobody's saying that. It was just absolutely ridiculous. But speaking of Fox News, some of you already know that that we at Really American have an ad or ads running on Fox News targeted Fox News in DC targeted at Republicans and including senators, you know, to pressure them to do the right thing. Here's the most recent one we released last night.
We all know who's to blame for the deadly act of sedition at the Capitol.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol.
Trump couldn't win honestly, and when he couldn't get the courts to overturn the election for him, he tried to incite a violent mob to do it by force.
You'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength, and you have to be strong.
Senate Republicans, you swore an oath. Now it's time to do your duty. Reclaim your party. Vote to convict Donald Trump. He's guilty.
Guilty indeed. And at that last part when he's that was damn it, what's my man's name? Chip Franklin. That was Chip Franklin's voice narrating that video. And when he is talking to Senate Republicans, I wanted to add that last night And last night, 3 Senate Republicans met with the defense. When have you ever seen members of a jury assist the defense on a trial? When have you ever seen that? I mean, don't these guys have any friends or associates who could help them out? What is that all about? Those 3 were Lindsey Graham, Ted Cruz, and Mike Lee. 3 of the most useless human beings on the planet. So, and then again today, 2 out of those 3, I think it was Lindsey Graham and Ted Cruz, again met with the defense. It doesn't seem to have helped them any. Boy, if Ted Cruz, think about this, if Ted Cruz and Lindsey Graham actually helped this defensive team, how bad was their presentation beforehand? Because this was atrocious. This was atrocious. I thought this was an interesting choice of a video. They put a video together that showed other January 6th where the election results were contested. Watch this clip and let me know, does this make sense if you're trying to defend Donald Trump and his insurrection? Why would you use this video? Watch this shit.
29 electoral votes cast by Florida were cast by electors not lawfully certified.
Is the objection in writing and signed not only by the member of the House of Representatives, but also by a senator?
It is in writing, Mr. President.
Is it signed by a senator?
Not as of yet, Mr. President.
In that case, the objection cannot be entertained.
Mr. President, I object to the certificate from the state of Georgia on the grounds that the electoral votes were
No
not...
debate. There's no debate.
And I object to a certificate from the state of North Carolina based on violations of voting
There's
rights
no
Act
debate.
and
There's no debate
by
in the joint session.
I object because people are horrified by the overwhelming evidence.
Section 18, Title 3 of the United States Code prohibits debate.
I object.
Objected to the counting of the electoral votes of the state of Ohio.
I object to the certificate from the state of Alabama. The electors were not lawfully certified.
I object to the 15 votes from the state of North Carolina because of the massive voter suppression and the closing of polling booths.
There's no debate. There's no debate.
16
There's
to
no
1.
debate.
And the massive voter suppression that occurs.
The gentleman was suspended.
I have an objection to the electoral votes.
The objection is in writing, and I don't care that it is not signed by a member of the Senate.
I do not wish to debate. I wish to ask, is there one United States senator who will join me in this letter?
There's no debate.
I tell you, they really hate Auntie Maxine. They hate her to death because they made sure to throw her in as many clips as they had, right? But what was stupid about that particular video clip that they put together, they're like, we're gonna get them with this one. All right, so they showed some clips from January 6th, 2001. They showed some from January 6th, 2017. And some from January 6, 2005. Now, what do they all have in common? Well, several things. Well, but mainly, the main thing that they have in common is they objected and there was no riot. And here was the standout point. I mean, the irony of this was fantastic. The clips they chose from 2017. Did you guys see who was presiding over the 2017 certification of the election results? Did you see that? It was Joe Biden. It was Joe Biden. If there was one human on earth who would not want to ratify those results, God damn it, it was Joe Biden. He was like burning inside every time he had to say there's no objection or whatever it was, when he was knocking everybody's objections down, because he's just there to count the votes. That's it. Linda wants to know, what time does BDD start broadcast? Need an answer. That's Linda Taylor. Linda, my broadcast typically starts before 6 p.m., around 5:45-ish. Sorry, I can't nail it down yet. I'm still getting the hang of this newfangled thing. But the reason it started later today, this didn't start until 6:35, 6:40. Kimini says different every day. Sorry, I'm trying. But I started much later today because the last time I did a show and the trial was going on, like half of you guys left me. I'm not mad at you. I know you wanted to watch it, but damn, I was like, oh, what is it? Is it my breath? Yes. So usually Uncensored Frem says usually about 6. Today was late. Yeah, 6 Eastern time. Eastern time-ish. I wanted to jump on to this other supercut. This was one of the fight. This was just people saying fight. Like anybody could do this with video, like, a fifth grader right now with basic video editing skills can do something like this. You guys didn't do nothing with this.
We each have an important role to play in fighting. In this fight, like so many before it, it has been a fight. The American people are going to have to fight. And about the importance of fighting, I will always fight. Fighting. But we always must fight. Joe Biden has a deep-seated commitment to fight. And about the importance of fighting, we always must fight, to fight. As our willingness to fight, continue the fight, as Joe Biden says, to fight. It's about fighting what we're fighting for. We will tell them about what we did.
Yeah, we get it. She knows how to say the word fight.
But truly, I do believe that we're in a fight. I believe that we are in a fight. I believe we are in a fight. I believe we are in a fight. So there's a fight in front of us. A fight for all of these things. And so we're prepared to fight for that. And we know how to fight. Our ongoing fight of fight. We know how to fight. We like a good fight. We were born out of a fight. This is what is our fight right now.
There's the fight.
All right. So did that supercut change any minds? No, it did not. It was pathetic because context matters. Context matters. And Jesus Christ, they were trying to make a case once again for Donald Trump's First Amendment rights. But the First Amendment, for the 1 billionth time, does not give you the right to yell fire falsely in a crowded theater. It does not. It does not. It's that simple. And I don't care how many times you say it, how many different ways you say it. The dude said, first of all, the dude cultivated an atmosphere of mistrust, loathing, and resentment in his audience for months. It's not just like January 6th. January 6th was just lighting the fuse, but he had put this bomb together. The first time he said, if I don't win, it's rigged. And he kept saying that over and over and over. They're trying to steal this election from us. They're trying to steal it. And then on top of that, he said, we have to fight. Huh? And he sends out tweets saying January 6th will be wild. He sends out emails. I don't know why nobody mentioned the goddamn Trump army on his emails. Mob. Thank you, Linda Taylor. Mob. It was a mob that he assembled. A mob. He is a rabble rouser. That's what he is. And the danger of not prosecuting him means that he will do that shit again. Just ask Susan Collins. Susan Collins asked a great question. Oh, her question was about when did he know and what did he do? She and Lisa Murkowski both combined to ask that same question. And twice the defense refused to answer. Instead, they flipped it onto the Democratic House managers saying, well, if they had done their job properly and did research and did investigation, then we would know. But no, dude, we're not asking them. We're asking you. They can't defend his content, his conduct. They cannot defend it. It is clear as day. He is guilty as faheezy. Those of you who are familiar with the show know that the word faheezy, it means... No, sorry, that's the wrong sound effect. It means... Yes. Asmila J, you missed more than a few minutes. You are so late. You are on detention, young lady. Excuse me. Yeah, so I don't know what's gonna happen. I felt like before today, I felt like we were at about 60%. Honestly, for some reason, I felt like, shit, we've had 3 days of like, boom, boom, boom. And then today, I felt like they did just enough, as horrible as their presentation was. They gave GOP senators an exit ramp. Just enough justification for their idiotic base to say, well, we didn't convict him because freedom of speech, because look at all those other people who said fight. Donald Trump said fight and they said fight. So he is therefore innocent. There was no insurrection. I forget which I forget which lawyer said that there was no insurrection. I was like, it's frustrating listening to this stupidity. Frustrating. But we got through it. And it looks like the trial is over, I guess. Because they said that they only needed 1 day. Now, they spent a whole lot of time with senators sending in questions. With the senators sending in questions, and either the House managers or the defense attorneys would answer them. So I'm not really sure what's next. I got to find out. I think perhaps there might be some time for rebuttals, perhaps. But if anybody has any other information, Uncensored Femme says it's supposed to wrap up tomorrow. Closing arguments already. Wait. The vote is tomorrow? Samantha Hawkins says the vote is tomorrow. I'm not sure about that. I think that if they have closing arguments, I don't know. It could very well be. But I'm pissed that they don't have witnesses in there. This is ridiculous. This is like the second impeachment trial without witnesses. What kind of shit is this? No witnesses. You got senators, jurors, basically colluding with the defense. What kind of shit is that? Then you're clearly not impartial. It's ridiculous. Chrissy also says, yes, they're voting tomorrow. Samantha says, that is what was said on the CNN. Okay, well, we're going to find out one way or the other. She says SNL is going to be off the hook. I hope so. I need a good laugh. So something that was not quite funny, but important to an important footnote for today was today's "You Raggedy Bitch," and In today's You Raggedy Bitch segment, we have none other than the former governor of South Kakalaki, Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley, who is best buds with Donald Trump, but she looks like she's off the she's off the Trump train for now, and at least until it's politically convenient for her to jump back on that train. She This is her quote. She says, "We need to acknowledge that he let us down. He went down a path he shouldn't have, and we shouldn't have followed him, and we shouldn't have listened to him. And we can't ever let that happen again." She added that Trump has no future in the GOP. Excuse me. Well, if that's her final answer, then neither does she. Because those of us on the left who have common sense, who have two eyes, two ears, and a brain to make logical decisions and draw reasonable conclusions, we've seen the shit show that Trump is for years and years and years. Now, she's been on board the Trump train for a while, and so she's just now figuring out that he's just a little bit too crazy for Crazy Town. Because right now, the GOP is Crazy Town. It is. It's completely Crazy Town. They elected Marjorie Taylor Greene, a QAnon nut who has openly had affairs with guys from her gym. This one, for real. She is the face of the GOP, and you're never going to see Trump let somebody out crazy him. So he's not going anywhere. And especially if they acquit him. If they acquit Donald Trump, he's still the head of the party. Still. So he ain't going nowhere. And you would think anybody else who has political aspirations for president or whatever, I don't know, maybe Ted Cruz is thinking some crazy shit that once he peels off enough Trump supporters, then he'll flip it on Trump in 2024 when he decides to run for president again, and he'll use his own supporters against Trump. No. Stupid ass. He will never beat Trump. And Nikki Haley, at one point, she could have been a contender. She could have been. Yeah, she's formerly from the House of Representatives in South Carolina. Then she went up to governor, and then she was picked as the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations. This is a woman that I thought, honestly, look, I'm a Democrat, but when I first saw her many years ago, I was like, oh shit, she could win as president. She's a woman of color. She's highly intelligent. She's got experience, executive experience. If you're a governor of a state, that gives you executive experience. And then when she was promoted to UN ambassador, I was like, holy shit, she's almost got a resume as tight as Hillary's. But then she linked arms with Trump, and all of her credibility went. Wait. Oh, no. When? Oh, I don't have that on this. All of her credibility went down the tube. So now she's just a bum trying to distance herself from the bum that she was clinging to for all that time. She's just an opportunist, and she's, you raggedy bitch. I have no use for Nikki Haley. Really. She has no morals or values, nothing, no principles to cling to. That was the sound I was trying to make. Yeah, so, all right. It is now time for me to change my lighting in here. Let me just set this up. Bada bing, bada boom. Boom! Boom! Look at my luxurious yellow hair. It's so pretty. I love it so much. So beautiful. Where is that? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the littlest president. The littlest president is available on BrooklynDadDefiant.com.
Hooray!
It's also available on Amazon.com. If you want to get it on Amazon.com, I don't mind because it's still. You see what I did? But if you get it on the BrooklynDadDefiant.com, which you see on the thing right here, you get it there, then you get this beautiful. Did I use Gorilla Glue? Shame on you, Star. Then you get this beautiful signature. Oh my goodness. Oh, wait a minute. That's the wrong one. Let me try that again. If you want to get it on BrooklynDadDefiant.com, then you get this beautiful signature and the text in blue that says Hui Juan. Hui Juan. Hui Juan. Hui, O-U-I, Juan, J-U-A-N. Hui Juan. And the littlest president is starring President Barack Obama, Hillary Rodham Clinton, Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Joseph R. Biden, and the R stands for ready to kick that ass. Bladder Bear pooping, holding the puppet strings on Spanky McDumbass. Complicit Barbie. Rudy Giuliani. Gummy McJuicebox. Kellyanne Conjob. Stephen the Snake Miller. And Mitch McTurtle McConnell. I'm getting better with the that part of the show, doing that thing with the camera and the distance and the blurry page and all this, but then this part is still a little bit complicated because I gotta rearrange my seating position, and then I gotta say, this is Spanky McDumbass. Spanky McDumbass is sad. He used to be rich. He used to be a businessman. He used to be a TV star. He used to be the littlest president. But now Spanky McDumbass is in jail. How did he get here? Let's go back. Yes. Let's go back, shall we? Yes, we shall. We shall indeed. Where we last left off, we were reading a page. Yes. We were reading one of my favorite pages because I am featured with my beautiful wife on this page right there. That's me with my arm up. And I just had the baby beard back then, but now I got the granddaddy beard. So the next time I appear in a book, it will be granddaddy beard. It'll be a beard and two eyes, most likely. And this was saying how, after the last impeachment trial, that Democrats were so infuriated by the ridiculousness of the non-conviction. We took that energy and we pushed ahead. We solidified behind one candidate, and the rest is now history. So what did we do? We said Americans were so infuriated by the verdict of the trial, they quickly mobilized to beat Spanky in 2020. I love how these words are now so prophetic. It's good to be right. It's fun. We have hundreds volunteered, thousands registered to vote, millions marched to spread the word. Spanky did everything he could to change people's minds. He lied, he screamed, he tweeted, he bleated. He even tried to start a war or two, and that was basically just some saber rattling, nothing serious. But America had already made up its mind. Spanky was the worst little president America had ever seen. Excuse me. Now, turns out that I was less than 2 million votes off the actual final number. And let me remind you guys that the final number was already like ridiculous. My final number was already ridiculously high. When I wrote 79.8 million votes, I was like, wow, that's kind of bold. But I had some math in my head. I was like, yeah, it could be. It might, Rabbit, you might. So, on election night, the state election results came in, and candidate Blue kept winning states, and Spanky was worried, very worried. The results kept coming in, and then the news stations announced that the littlest president had just lost in the biggest landslide in history. The people had spoken. Spanky was a loser. So there was my prediction. Now, Spanky's numbers were off by quite a bit, by 23 million. I underestimated. And I still believe, look at his stupid face. He's stunned. And why does he have that expression? Because he knew oh, holy cow, wait a minute. I didn't even notice here. T Camp has donated $5. I thank you for that. That is wonderful. Also, Beth has donated $5. And Donna Henry has donated $10. You guys are awesome. I thank you so much. That's beautiful. So the reason why he's so shocked about his loss is that he thought he did enough cheating and rigging himself, because you realize whenever he says the Democrats are going to rig the election, he's actually talking about himself. He is projecting. We all know this. This is his MO. This is what he does. He rigged it. He rigged it. And that is why he swears that somebody cheated, because could nobody possibly cheat better than him? I don't know. Maybe he was saying that whole thing about rigged to protect his own ego because he can't handle being beaten. But he wasn't just beaten, yo. He was beaten badly. And Cindy, thank you so much for the reminder to please hit the thumbs up like button on this video. If you aren't currently subscribing, please be sure to do so. Just hit that red subscribe button right there. Hit it. Please, thank you. Oh, and damn, when I said there's these kind folks who'd give me a tip, I should have hit the wait. Shit, am I on the wrong screen? What's happening here? Where's my ka-ching? That. Oh, I have to close it and then yeah. Okay, so that's for you guys. Thank you for that. But yeah, he just got beaten by people who were sick and tired of his face and his voice and his cheating, lying ways. And we were done. 81 million. That is phenomenal. You can call me Nostradamus. Thank you very much. All right. So Gina Potter says, thanks, Cindy. I always hit the Luke button as we all stay on and chat after BDD goes off. You know, I'm messing with you, Gina, because you did do a, what do you call that, a typo, Luke button. I am notorious for typos. I hate it when I do it on Twitter and I post a tweet that's got some fire on it, and then I say, oh, damn, why did I type? Sometimes I feel like we need an edit button, but other times it's kind of fun when somebody, you know, when they mistype something or whatever and they post it and then they can't fix it unless they delete it. That's kind of funny. So whatever. I don't care. But I do care about you guys. What kind of questions you got for me? Please to tell me. Lisa says, can you please try and get the Deadpool guy back from your son? Am I boring you, Lisa? Lisa Straw? Yes. Watcher Soko is asking, can we donate on YouTube or where? So I have up at the top of my page somewhere up there, I have a PayPal and I think my Patreon link maybe. Yes. So yes, you can. I think that's where these donations came from a little while ago. They went to my PayPal. And my channel is not monetized yet. I need a bigger audience, to be monetized. And once that happens, then I think you're able to actually during the broadcast, you can give me a tip of $1 or $2 or something. While, you know, it'll show up in the chats there, but his channel's not monetized. And, you know, that's fine with me because I'm still trying to learn how to do this and improve this broadcast for you guys. Speaking of which, I want to know what you guys think about the length of this show. So the show is typically 1 hour, maybe a few minutes longer. Is it too long for you guys? I noticed that most of you pretty much are able to hang out there with me, and I'm glad for that because we have a lot of stuff to discuss. But I don't do videos like I'm not a how-to guy. When you go onto YouTube, there's like 1,000 people with here's how you create a like button on your website, or here's how you paint your house upside down, or you know, all these different how-to videos. That's not my thing. I'm also not like a, you know, straightforward all news guys, all serious news. That's not my bag. I like my news, you know, with a little bit of fun, with a little bit of silly, with a little bit of this. Yeah, that's my bag. And there's something for everybody, and I'm sure there's a market out there for people who like this kind of content. So, uh, Gina Potter says, spell check gets me every time, BDD. Trump Reaper says, I am an obsessive compulsive grammar fascist about my own grammar. I don't have that level of concentration anymore. I don't. Wilbur McCarthy, that's our dog lover buddy. He says we have to keep an eye out for all the GOP gerrymandering and voter suppression. It is my sincere hope that we are able to transform Congress, as a result of using the outrage from what is, now I'm at 90% acquittal. I believe 90%. I believe that's not going to be like 90% of Congress. I mean, I am 90% sure that he's going to be acquitted again, and as a result, I think we need to ride the wave of that outrage to a clean sweep in 2022, and get rid of all these useless GOP senators and members of the sedition caucus in the House. Get rid of them. We got to get rid of them. Cindy wants to know what you got planned this weekend. I think I'm going to take my lazy ass outside, and what I like to do is, so my back, by the way, is feeling 70% better today than it was yesterday. I'm still using the heating pad, and it seems to be doing its thing. So I want to go out, and believe it or not, I still have some Christmas lights that I haven't taken down yet. I'm going to do that this weekend. Number one. Number two, I got to do some work on the book. The book has been on the back shelf because I only have one brain, and I've been using every ounce of my brain power to figure out how to make this YouTube thing work. So that, and I don't know, I think we want to try and take the kids somewhere and do something that's fun but also safe. So that's what I think. Chrissy wants to know, do you have anything planned for Valentine's Day? Yes, I do, but I can't tell you because wifey is watching and it is a surprise, but no, it isn't. Okay. Let's see. Olivia says, when BDD are you going to meet up with peeps that follow you Central Park? That is a good question. I don't know. I think it's going to have to be when it is safe to do so. And I think we're going to have to control that because there's a lot of people, a lot of trolls, a lot of Trumpers that aren't too fond of Brooklyn Dad. So I want to be careful in, how we arrange that sort of thing. Yeah. Yeah. But I would love to do it later on this year, once again, if it's safe to do so. We shall see. Uncensored Femme wants to know, did you see Marco Rubio try to impeach Hillary in this question? Why can't they get off of Hillary already? Damn it. All she did was sit through an 11-hour session congressional grilling, and Donald Trump will not subject himself to 11 minutes being grilled. So they can keep all that Hillary shit to themselves. It's disgusting. It disgusts me. Yes, Uncensored Femme. Yes. Chromebook is... Let's see. When I make that noise, it's because the scroll took me all the way downtown. That's my scrolling music. Holy shit. Oh, there we go. Sarah Bethke says Chromebook has spell check on everything. I don't have one of those, but that sounds like, So I type often in Google Docs, and that has a spell check thing in there. But, oh, you mean on Twitter too? That's pretty cool. Sheila Bird says, you will get there. She's talking about my crowd, my audience size. Yeah, I'm not sweating it. When it happens, it happens. Look, I remember when I was just a little baby on the Twitter and I had but, a couple of hundred followers. And I used to always ask questions of the people who had way more followers than me. Oh my God, you have 20,000 followers. How did you do that? And people were kind enough to share that information with me, and I just kept plugging away. And often in life, guys, it's not the smartest or the strongest or the best who succeed. It's the ones who stick with it. So, this was a rough week for me. I'll tell you guys, this was a difficult week for me because, you guys know I'm constantly battling the trolls, and usually I just block, and they're stupid. 99.999% of the garbage I get from trolls is just, it's not even worth contemplating for a second. But I was weak this week. I was kind of run down and beaten up. And some of these comments were really starting to get to me a little bit. And you have to be mentally strong. You got to be mentally strong and just remind yourself you are so much better than that shit. And don't let it get to you. These same people with one subscriber on their channel, they want to criticize you. You put your heart and your soul into creating something for people whom you have never met in real life. And it's, whatever, I'm happy with the community that we have right now. If nothing else, I feel like, 100 or 200 of you guys, I helped bring us together. And that is that's beautiful, I know most of you guys, by name, and it's wonderful. So now that I've gotten to the mushy part of my show, I realized that my time have long expired. But thank you guys for hanging out there with me. Please make sure you remember to hit the like button and the subscribe if you haven't already. And also, more importantly, please remember, if you got to go outside this weekend, please make sure you wear your masks. 2, wear your gloves. Kid you not. Keep your social distance. 6 feet or better. And have a lovely relaxing weekend. This is in my face now. So I'll see you guys Monday, same time, same place. I love you all. Peace. Hey. Think first. You are awesome. Thank you so much for the tip. Wonderful. I love you guys. Happy weekend. Sarah's dad got his vaccine today. This is lovely. Scribble my dibbles. I'm just now seeing you at the end of the show.